Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This class is an upper body yin yoga class, and this class can be done if you have a hand or wrist injury like I do. So the poses are modified. I would recommend having some blocks if you have them or some pillows. Hopefully you have one hand that you can move your props around with and help you make your adjustments in your poses. And we'll just start off any seated position. You can sit on your heels the way I am, or you can be in an easy pose, a cross-legged pose, whatever feels comfortable today. And we'll just start out with a little bit of neck work. Sometimes when you have an injury, you hold even more tension in your neck and upper body because you might be in pain or you might be guarding the injury. So it's important to be mindful of the rest of your body and take care of those muscles and soft tissue, the fascia. Just make sure that you're releasing and getting rid of any unnecessary tension. So we're just stretching the head over to the right, stretching out the left side of the neck. I'm not using my hands to do this today, but if you feel comfortable, you can rest your right hand on top of the side of the head to increase the stretch if you'd like. And always make sure you're breathing in yoga, and particularly in yin yoga, because we want to bring the oxygen and the nutrients through the bloodstream to the area that we're targeting. It also helps relax the muscles and to calm the nervous system. And slowly bring your head up to center. And we'll just take a moment just to let our neck adjust to that deep stretch. And when you're ready, tilting the head, just tilting it over to the left, feeling a nice stretch along the right side of the neck. And just breathing into it. Slowly coming back up to center, and we'll drop the chin to the chest when you're ready. Feeling a nice stretch along the back of the neck. You might feel it down into the upper back between the shoulder blades. I have a lot of tension in that area. That's one of my problem areas. Slow, long, deep breaths. Slowly bringing your head back up. So we're going to take a modified eagle arms pose. We're not going to go all the way. Some people can't even get fully into eagle arms. So you can modify this a couple of different ways. We'll take the right arm underneath the left, crossing at the elbows. And we're just going to kind of bring the hands towards each other, but we're not going to fully wrap. If you don't have a hand injury and you want to wrap it, you can go ahead, of course. You can also take a nice hug here if that feels good. We're just trying to get a nice stretch into the upper back. So we're lifting the elbows up in front of us and trying to pull the shoulder blades away from each other. And then if you'd like, you can curl the entire shape forward and bring the elbows down towards the belly button. Bringing the stretch a little further down along the spine here. And slowly coming back up, let's stretch the arms out to the side. And then we'll take the left elbow underneath the right, whatever modification feels good to you. And we're just kind of pressing the elbows into each other in this shape and pulling the elbows up, trying to get that stretch in the upper back between the shoulder blades. It's a little awkward. Just trying to modify here and reach some of the areas that we might not be reaching otherwise. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths into the upper back. And try to keep the shoulders down. They want to hike up in this position, but try to press them down. And then if you'd like to curl in, taking the elbows down towards the belly button. And slowly coming back up. Now we'll take a modified child's pose if you have blocks. Or you can do it on the floor if you want to just use your elbows. But basically, we're taking the child's pose shape, sinking the hips back towards the heels, and just bringing the forehead down towards the mat. See what feels good to you. You can go up on your elbows if you like on the blocks or on the mat. You can actually get into an upper back and a lat stretch here. The sides of the upper back muscles. And then, if you're able to, you can take the right arm underneath, and we're not twisting here, we're keeping the torso pretty much parallel to the floor, but just reaching that right arm through if you're able to, and we're getting a nice stretch in the shoulder, upper back, shoulder blade area. So keeping that left arm resting on a block, or even up on the elbow if you're on the floor. Trying to keep any pressure off of the hands and the wrists. And your bottom might pop up like mine did. You might not stay down on the heels or even reach the heels, and that's perfectly fine. All of our bodies are different, and in different stages of our lives, they might change the way they do things, and that's fine. You're perfect just as you are right now. Now pressing into the forearm or the elbow, left forearm or elbow. And we'll just switch sides. So taking the right forearm onto the block or right elbow onto the floor, reaching that left arm through, taking the forehead towards the mat, getting a nice stretch in the left shoulder and upper back. And pressing into that right forearm or elbow, just coming back up. And we'll make our way onto our bellies. Notice we're not holding these poses for super long today because if you have an injury, it can be a little bit difficult to hold as long as usual because you might be in some pain. We want to avoid adding to the pain. We just want to work on relieving the pain and relieving some of the intensity on the nervous system. So now we're going to look at opening up the shoulders. If you are not able to place the arm out to the side and roll over onto your side, you can try placing your prop and placing your arm on top of it to see if you get a little bit of a stretch in the front. Just letting your body weight and gravity stretch out the front of the shoulder a little bit. It's not as intense, but you can try that modification. I am able to use my hand a little bit here, so I'm just going to move that out of the way and stretch my left arm out to the side, and we'll just be rolling onto the left side to open up that left shoulder. And you can bend your knees here, stacked, or you can place the right foot in the back behind you if you want to intensify the stretch. I'm just going to keep my knees stacked for today. And the right arm, you can have your right forearm supporting you in front of you, or you can place that right hand behind the back. You can even place the block in front of you if you want to rest your forearm on that. I'll demonstrate that when we get to the other side. Just breathing, taking a few more deep breaths here. And if you do have your arm outstretched, and if it is hurting your hand or wrist that's injured, make sure you come out of the pose. We don't want to hurt anybody. Mine is fine, so I'm going to stay for a moment. And we'll roll back onto our bellies. Using your block out to the side if you want to take the modified version. If you want to rest your forearm on the block on this side, we'll stretch out the right arm out to the side, rolling onto the right side with knees stacked. And here I'll just rest my forearm on the block as I had mentioned before. We're just opening up the front of the right shoulder here and the chest. And rolling back onto the belly. Now, gracefully, we can make our way onto our back, or ungracefully, moving the props out of the way. If you're not able to get onto your back, maybe make your way up to a seat. Just taking a little Shavasana here. Rolling those shoulder blades underneath the back. If you're able to have your arms out to the side, if you need to prop them up with pillows, hopefully you brought some pillows nearby, and just having the legs outstretched and let the feet fall to the side. allowing your breath to slow down. Noticing as the breath goes in and out through your nose. And noticing the rise and fall of the belly. And feeling the ground beneath you. Just allowing any thoughts that come along, just acknowledging them and letting them pass through. You might notice sounds in your surroundings or from outside. And you can stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. I hope you have a beautiful day.